I fell in love with the shit. Blue bottle cover the fridge. Whoa. I fell in love with the shit. Blue bottle cover the 7 branch candle lit. I've been rapping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the scent. Blue bottle cover the fridge. 7 branch candle lit. I've been rapping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the scent. Blue bottle cover the fridge. Reading from front to the end. I fell in love with the word. I got the hunger to learn. No, we don't sum with a verse. Yeah, I seen the fornication. They getting drunk in the church. They tryna summon the worst. They the scum of the earth. I'm the son of the first. The first and the last, beginning the end. Created the Alpha Omega. I'm rocking the white, I'm rocking the blue, I'm rocking the purple, the red, yeah. See, I got blessings by the basis. You can see the correlation. Get a races for the patient, just in case you need some motivation. I'm crushing the models. I feel like Josiah. I'm feeling like David. Tell me, what's a Goliath? I feel like Elijah, cause I got the fire. I'm down on my knees, I'm pledging allegiance like I'm Uriah. Plus I got my 7 branch candle lit. I've been rapping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the scent. Blue bottle cover the fridge. 7 branch candle lit. I've been rapping ever since. Incense burning, frankincense. I fell in love with the scent. Blue bottle cover the fridge. Wait, hold up, wait. See, I'm from Moses and the prophets, the who pertain to the adoption, all the glory and the promise, yeah. The receiver, the begotten, I'm the seed of the forgotten. It gets deeper than the auctions. Heard they try to take my birthright, yeah. See them scheming and they plotting. Serving demons of the darkness, all the teachings of the carcass. But me and meeting of the doctrine, cause by the Father I was purchased. Done by his mighty right arm, go open the Psalms and read through the verses. Evermore, his mercy endures forevermore. My Israelite soldiers, send them forth. Go feed the young lions and let them roar. I'm feeling like Joshua, the son of Nun, when leading the ark with the 7 horns. I'm feeling like Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, walk through the fire and never scorch. So God of Israel, I will praise. Keep the Sabbath 7 days.
Yes. 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 Shalom. Shalom. Peace and blessings. What's going on, family? Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome back to the Born of Levi Experience. I am your host, Deacon Hazak, right? And we are here for another installment of the Born of Levi Experience. And you guys see the title. So you want to be a star, huh? So you want to be a star. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And do me a favor, brothers and sisters, hit that like button. We're going to get started real quick. But before we get started, I'm gonna play this video. You know, I definitely gotta start the show off with this. Oh, matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna start the show off with this in honor of tonight's show. We're gonna play this song. But do me a favor, my brothers and sisters, please hit that like button, drive the traffic, because we're gonna have a great show tonight. Let's do it.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi Experience.
We just want to give you thanks right now for all that you've done. As we open our minds and our hearts and give you praise. You sent your son. Here in this place, we marvel at you. He was persecuted. We humble ourselves in your grace. We just want to give you love. Here in this place, bearing your fruit. We seek your face. Here in this place, we won't forget what you did on that cross. We give you praise. Right now, we're just gonna open our hearts and our minds. Here in this place, Lawya and Rawchaa the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Here in this place, we marvel at your glory. We humble ourselves in your grace. Here in this place, as we seek your face. Here in this place, we give you praise. Here in this place, we give you praise. Oh, here in this place, he hung on that tree, he bled, he died, he rose. It wasn't by works that any man could ever boast. I pray that your heart's convicted, cause some will abort the mission. We will endure, we will enjoy as we walk in this truth. In His likeness, we will walk in His love, in His righteousness, bearing His fruit to the end of days. Reflect all His ways. Here in this place, we marvel at your glory. We humble ourselves in your grace. Here in this place, as we seek your face. Here in this place, we give you praise. Here in this place, we give you praise. Here in this place, we marvel at your glory. We humble ourselves in your grace. Here in this place,
Y'all better hit that like button. Come on.
we seek your face.
Come on. Worship. Yeah. Yeah.
We give you praise. Here in this place, we give you praise. Oh, here in this place,
Yes. Yes, brothers and sisters. Yes, yes. That was Here in This Place by our brother Stevie Diamond. It was such a beautiful song, such a beautiful worship song. Listen, man, that song right there put me in the spirit, man. I don't know about y'all, but that song really did put me in the spirit. But praise the Most High for this opportunity, right? Welcome back, like I said, to the Born of Levi Experience. I'm your host, Deacon Hazak, and we're going to talk about it. We have a great show lined up for you tonight, right? So you want to be a star. We're going to talk about the dirty side of the industry, what people don't be wanting to tell the people, man, right? What they don't want to tell our young and impressionable, who they actually use to further their agenda, right? If it wasn't for the youth, who would they use? I doubt they're using someone old and decrepit, right? Not to say there's anything wrong with that. Just want to put it out there. You understand what I'm saying? But nonetheless, how y'all doing, brothers and sisters? And y'all know how I do it every week. If I'm coming in nice and clear, brothers and sisters, please put a qualm in that chat. Drop a qualm in the chat. Let me know if I'm coming in nice and clear. I need that. I need that from you, brothers and sisters, man. And I pray that you guys are having a great week thus far as we continuing the feast of dedications that you guys can see here. I got my my little menorah here, you know what I mean? And I got the frankincense burning in the background, in the honor of the first song that I played, right? Titled Lit by brother Jake Juvel, man. That song is a very beautiful song. And thank you guys for putting that qualm in the chat. I appreciate it. I'm happy I'm coming in loud and clear. So we're going to get started with the show, man. I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you guys are having a great Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah or Feast of Lights, right? We're going to close out the feast this Shabbat. We're definitely going to be closing the feast out this week. I'm super excited about closing out the feast. Oh man, it's been a great week, right? Praise the Most High for allowing us the opportunity to even partake in it and to even know that these feasts exist. While the whole world is in a trance, still stuff from Thanksgiving and about to go into Halloween, Christmas, right? We're in the spirit of the Most High. We're keeping the Feast of Dedication, and and more to come. So praise the Most High for that. Like I said, thank you guys for coming in, and I thank you guys for hitting that like button. Share this content as well too with your family, with your friends, right? We're definitely gonna get right into it. So like I said, you guys see the title, man. So you want to be a star? And I believe that's the question that they usually ask them right when they sitting at the table. So you want to be a star, huh? Right? Yeah. Just sign this paper right here. Right? We got a needle right here. we got a needle right here. Just prick your finger. Right? I'm just teasing, right? But listen, nonetheless, we got to talk about the seriousness of what people want. Being a star, being noticed, wanting these accolades, wanting to have their names in bright lights, selling out shows. And I'm telling you, brothers, there's a spirit that actually comes with just being known, especially selling out whole stadiums and the whole entire stadium chanting your lyrics. That does something to the human psyche. And I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to shed light on that. But it's as if they don't tell the young and impressionable what they are really signing up for, right? When it comes to these deals, when it comes to signing these contracts. And a lot of people don't really understand what's called contract law. Y'all got to look that up, right? Contract law. Where there's no contract, there's no law. Vice versa. So people don't be knowing, they just be running in there, signing these papers, not having no lawyers, and just be signing these papers. And then in the contract, it says you're supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z, and you're not fulfilling your end of the bargain, right? So we got to talk about, is it even feasible for someone to even want to be a star? Because I remember, I'm gonna take it back. I would say in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a film that came out titled, what was it titled? It was by this pastor dude. The Secrets of Hip Hop, something like that. If y'all know, a lot of y'all is Reformed Christian churchgoers, and y'all know the video I'm talking about, right? The Truth Behind Hip Hop. That's what it was. Yes, it was a film. It was like a documentary titled "The Truth Behind Hip Hop," where this Christian pastor, and he came up, and this, I'm telling you, he was ahead of his time. He was really ahead of his time. I don't, like I said, I don't know if you guys remember that. If you guys remember that Truth Behind Hip Hop, the first series. And I was like, I would say I probably was in high school. It's either I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. I think probably like 9th or 10th grade, right? And this film came out, and we watched it as a church. And in this documentary, this past, I even forgot his name. If y'all know his name, y'all could type it in the chat. I mean, his name is not really that important to me right now, but it's just the message I'm trying to bring forth. The truth behind hip hop. So he came up with this series, and he was basically breaking down what was really going on with hip hop. You know, all of the artists that as young people we used to idolize, and we used to sing all their lyrics. I remember sitting down at home and recording songs on a cassette tape. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. When I said cassette tapes, a lot of y'all newer generation don't even know what a cassette tape is. Okay, I used to sit down with a cassette tape. I used to record the lyrics and be pausing in and out, writing down the lyrics so I could learn the lyrics. You know what I mean? That's how much of a hip hop fan I used to be back then. Right? So so he started bringing out so much information about the truth behind hip hop, what was really going on behind the scene. And it was coming to light that hip hop was rooted in Satanism, the occult. And the word occult just mean hidden knowledge or hidden practices. And as a kid, an adolescent, that kind of scared me. It shook me. I'm like, yo, dang, we supposed to be Christians, and I'm listening to these hip hop artists, but they all sold their soul to the devil. And he was doing stuff like playing certain lyrics backwards, and the stuff that was coming out. I'm like, man, we had no idea. And like I said, this was before his time. It was like early 2000s. Okay, Doja. Yeah, his name was Craig Lewis. Okay. If that's his name, yeah. All right, praise the Most High. Yeah, that was the name of the pastor who did that series. So, and he was just exposing how rooted in Satanism hip hop was. And he was making a correlation between heavy metal and rock, because it was a known thing even before the 90s that heavy metal and rock and roll was rooted in Satanism. So black people, we wasn't getting involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was not getting involved in heavy metal rock, because you could just hear heavy metal and just know, okay, that's Satan playing the guitar right now. We didn't have to do research. We didn't have to understand. Just hearing the screaming and the banging make no sense. Just a whole bunch of noise. So we already knew heavy metal was satanic. But he was exposing how, in order to get the black community, they had to merge it with the hip hop genre to gravitate who? Because music, when you look at music, it's always it's for all people. But the demographic of music the demographic of people that music actually captures is the youth, the young, right? Because they're the ones who push the agenda. They're the one who starts trends. They're the ones who make things popular. So they had to target the youth through hip hop and introduce Satanism. I'm not I believe that it's always been there, but it was just being exposed at that time. Right? So I was like, yo, man, after we watched that video, I remember I went home. I had a whole bunch of rap CDs and all of these stuff. I threw everything out in there. I was like, yo, I'm not listening to hip hop. No, I'm done with this thing. I hate this stuff. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a culture. It was like a shell shock for me. It was like, dang, all this time, all this music, and a lot of it is rooted in Satanism. So fast forwarding to now this day and age, it's like it's becoming more of a relevant thing. It's like it's grandized to worship Satan through your music. And it's like it's not even a thing if you do sell your soul. So now the question is, what has happened to our young, especially our young people who get involved in the music industry? What has happened to them to make them say, you know what? I want that lifestyle. What is it? And that's what I want to know. Right? What is it about selling your soul for riches. Right? We all like there's a lot of people out there who want to be rich. But there's people out but there's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. Right? The Most High, the scripture says the Most High can make a poor man rich overnight. So being rich is not really the problem. Now, when you want to go into the realm of being rich and famous, now that's where the compromises start to happen. Because it's one thing, you could be rich, you rich, but now you want to be famous now. You want to be seen. You want to be, quote unquote, a god on earth. And the reason why I say that, because brothers and sisters, I don't know if you guys used to watch Michael Jackson, any of Michael Jackson's concerts. I remember sometime last year, I was like, you know what, let me go back and watch some of these concerts. I'm watching a Michael Jackson concert, and this man used to sell out whole stadiums all over the world. This man, he's a legend. He's really one of the greats. He can't, and Michael Jackson cannot be duplicated. No one has ever come even near to him, right? So this man, I'm watching his concert, and throughout the concert while he's on stage, be there, singing, dancing, all that stuff, you got people in the crowd falling out. You see people getting carted out on stretchers, and I'm like, yo, what? Did they sprinkle cocaine in the air? I was trying to figure out, but I'm like, yo, these people was just so mesmerized by this man. And I'm talking about people all the way in the back. Like from where you're sitting, he looks like a little dot. And you're screaming and falling out. And there was one part in the concert where he was like, I guess he was changing to go into the next part of the concert. But as he's changing, he's in the back, but they can't see him. And all he's doing on the mic is hee hee. And the crowd is screaming, going crazy. So can you imagine what that does to a individual? What that does to that person's being? That you can move a crowd with just the word he. It sounds funny, but this is the kind of power that people long for. They lust after it. Right, like Vicky E. Ford says, it's been glamorized. Right, being glamorized. When I seen that, I had to turn it off because I'm like, nah, this man was God on earth. To the people that was in the crowd, forget about the Most High in heaven. This man on the stage, that's God. Because with his voice, he was making people cry, fall out. They just wanted to touch him. Like the stage was at least 20 feet away from the first row. Because that's how insane people are. They would have probably just ran on the stage. They had barricades throughout the whole thing. So even if you was in the front row, you still couldn't even reach the man. So now, seeing that, I understood there was a sense of power that comes with being rich and famous. There's a sense of self-pride that comes with being rich and famous. And we all and we all know where that spirit of pride come from. When we read in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, when it talks about, O Lucifer, how have thy fallen, O Lucifer, son in the morning. And it goes into, it's because pride was found in thee. So pride was found in Lucifer. And that was one of the reasons why he fell. So it's only right that he gives them a sense of pride to boast. Because now it's not the creator anymore. It's not the Most High that's giving you the wealth and ingenuity and the talent to thrive in this society. It's actually Satan. And anything that comes from him, it's gonna come with pride, it's gonna come with lust, it's gonna come with coveting, wanting more, want to be better than the next person. So now, all this information that's out right now, and people are still signing these deals and giving their souls over to Satan. For what? In exchange of what? Wealth, glamour, power, notoriety, being famous, being rich. And we understand it was Satan's power to give it, because who did he offer it to? He offered it to our Messiah, right? He said, yo, just fall down and worship me, man, and all these things I'm going to give unto you. It's like, yo, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the word of the Most High. And he cast out Satan. He's like, yo, only the Most High shall I serve. I ain't serving you. So if Christ denied it, who took it up? You got it. You're rich and famous of this earth right now. And I'm going to make a disclaimer. I'm not saying everybody who's rich made a deal with Satan. That's not what I'm saying. But to be famous now we're going in another realm. So it's only so high you could climb in that ladder before, you get approached. Right? Let me play this for y'all. And like I said, in the early I would say 70s, 50s, it was an unknown thing that hip hop was rooted in Satanism. That wasn't a thing. Like I said, heavy metal, yeah. If you was a heavy metal rock star, whatever the case is, you was a Satanist. You was worshiping the devil. There was the Baphomet. Everything was in you. You drinking blood, all of that stuff. So we didn't have to worry about that side. But now hip hop is all in it. So this is an artist by Suki Hana. And this video came out a while ago, but I'm just gonna play it.
I want to tell y'all I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood.
And you see, here it goes. She's expressing it. She said, this was my passion. This was my dream. Right? I'm not gonna say she don't have a talent. I never heard any of her music. Sad to say, I never heard any of her stuff. I'm not really interested. But I'm not gonna say she don't have some kind of talent. And in all actuality, people just want to, better their lives and take, they use the famous line, I just want to get my family out the hood. But is that what you signed up for? I don't know.
It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil.
She said, she just outright said it. I sold my soul to the devil. And I'm pretty sure millions of people seen this clip. Millions. But it probably just goes whoop right over their heads. Like, ain't nothing to see here.
I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the motherfucking devil, and I done prayed. I prayed.
Excuse the French.
And I prayed. It's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, and it's just like to the point where I don't even know, like I can't. I just want to say I'm sorry to my fans. I know y'all love me. I know y'all believe in me, but I can't. I didn't know what I was doing back then, and I lost passion. I don't even believe that. I don't even believe in myself no more because of what I did. I did not know the game was like this. And I'm just ready to go back to school. I'm just ready to move away and go to school.
Now, all of a sudden, you want to move away and go to school. Because now she probably seen the ugly side of what she had to actually do on the other side of the deal, because a deal is two ways. I'm going to give you this, but you got to give me this. So she probably seen, you know, the other side of the deal. Right? And this is why it's very important to learn to read. And if you can't read, find somebody to read it for you. Read the contract. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just trying to find the right words to say, because we all, especially us watching right now, we know there's two forces in this earth. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care if you're an atheist. I don't care if you believe in Buddha, whatever the case is. You're a Muslim, whatever the case is. Everybody on this planet knows there's two forces. There's good and there's evil. There's only two forces. So one should say to themselves, if I'm going towards this, which one of the forces am I leading towards, or am I choosing? But the thing is, the pressures of this life and what they're dangling in front of our faces, as far as, oh yeah, you want this car, you can have this car. Yo, you want this big old house, yeah, you can have this house. Yeah, you want all this jewelry, all this nice thing. Matter of fact, yo, you could sell out concerts. You want to travel the world. You want millions of dollars. All of that sounds good to somebody who never had it before. And it sounds extra good to someone who doesn't even know the value of their own soul. So someone who's not considering that their soul is, you shouldn't bargain with it. You can't be bargained with it. Because you're going to give up your soul for a temporal existence. And that's the thing with a lot of our young people. They don't ever think that they're going to grow old one day. They don't think that they're going to grow old, right? And lose all of the stuff that they received in their younger years. Because what happens when you sign these deals and they're using you, right? You get old, then they just push you out the way, right? And they bring in somebody else who's younger, more attractive, more young, willing to do way more crazier stuff, right? But if you become old and you still want to be relevant, there's still some things that they'll give you the deals. They'll throw you a bone, but it's gonna come at a price. What price, you may ask?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to tell me just what in the flying flip does Usher have on? Kiki, is this your king? This what we cause all this ruckus about? What's going on here? What is Usher got on a damn? It look like a kilt with a bonnet on, with some tube socks. What's happening? Who designed this? Who did this? You know what I mean, Usher? I mess with you, man. You my dude, bro. You know what I mean? You Usher. Can't turn my back on you. But this right here is a no. This right here is a hell no. We don't need to do this.
AIDS no.
We don't need to do this at all. We don't need to not do this again. Where we going? Huh? No. I'm upset with the designer. See, that's what when you get all, you turn into a celebrity, get all successful, then now all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they just, let me tell you, this is the rave, you need to do this. This is what we're going to do. This is the theme of the party. I don't give a damn what the theme of the party is.
And you see, and I could bet y'all any amount of money. This was presented to him just so that way he could keep some level of status, because a lot of y'all didn't know he's doing the Super Bowl this year. So how ironic, he's doing the Super Bowl this year, and now he pulls up. They want to call this a kilt. It's a skirt. He pulls up in a skirt.
You not
So what price are you willing to pay to play ball with these people? And there's one thing that I like to say. If you gonna dance with the devil, you better not get tired. Because he gonna dance and dance and dance, and you gotta keep up.
you ain't finna do this to me. Had me looking all kind of way. Why in the hell got him dressed like a damn Catholic schoolgirl? Why? And we supposed to be cool with it. Everybody supposed to be we just like, okay, this hell no. No sir. No sir. No sir. I like it not.
And you see, he said we supposed to see this and just be cool with it. Why should we have to be cool with that? That ain't cool. But like I said, he's doing the Super Bowl this year or next year for this season. So I'm pretty sure and listen, the Super Bowl, that is a payday for these artists. So if you get selected to perform at the Super Bowl, that is a payday. So was this the exchange? Because a lot of people call this the humiliation ritual. This is what they say this is. Is it? I guess. I don't know. But was that the exchange? But there's people who give up way more. There's people that give up way more for notoriety, for fame. I'm telling you, there's people that give up stuff that we can't even imagine. There's people that give things that would give things in exchange for riches. It's insane. Brothers and sisters, can you imagine how the Most High used to view the children of Israel? When we would go into high places and sacrifice his children, not ours, because they're the Most High's. The children that he blessed them to have. They would take that child, sacrifice it to a god called Moloch in exchange for riches and power. And the Most High is looking at this like, what is wrong with y'all? Here it is, we're serving the God of all gods, but you go to a lesser God to receive what I was going to give you anyways. Look, I got to read this. I gotta make it plain. Let me read this real quick. And I'm gonna go into some videos, but I got a special guest coming on tonight. So I'm going to bring him in a few. So I want to read this. Look at this, brothers and sisters. We all know about the chapter of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. The blessings and the curses. And what our people need to understand, the blessings that you think that you're getting from Satan, it's not really a blessing, because a blessing, once you're given a blessing, it can't be taken away if you stay on course and do the right thing. But if you do the wrong thing, a curse could come upon you. But, unbeknownst to them, every deal that Satan gives you, so it only comes with curses. You want diamonds? And let me put it like this. I did a lesson a while back about the kingdom of heaven. And do y'all brothers and sisters know that diamonds, and I'm sorry, sisters, a lot of sisters in here, they probably looking at their diamond ring right now. Oh, my husband gave me this, huh? It's shining and diamonds is not even a real precious stone. It's not a real precious stone. We've been all bamboozled. Because when you read Revelations 20, was it 21 or 22, where it talks about how the construction of the physical building of the kingdom of heaven, all of the precious stones that's mentioned, diamonds is not even a part of it. Look it up. When you read the jewels that's used to construct the kingdom of heaven, diamonds are not included. And a scientist did an experiment where he looked up all of the precious jewels that was mentioned in Revelations 21 of the building of the kingdom of heaven. All of the jewels. And one thing about all of the jewels that was mentioned in the book of Revelations, when pure light hits it, they shine with a amazing color. All of the jewels that the Most High used to build the kingdom of heaven. But when you shine, but when he used that experiment, he shined the light through those precious jewels. They all shine some beautiful color. But when he shined the same light, pure light, through a diamond, the color was dull. So diamonds aren't as precious as we think. So people be selling out for diamonds and things of this world. Yeah, look at my ice, look at my chain, look at all this. What's the point of that? But Deuteronomy 28:1, it says, and it shall come to pass. I want y'all to listen to this. A lot of us already know this scripture, but I want to put it in this aspect. The Most High said, and it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken, meaning to listen diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on earth. So here's the remedy for not going to the left side. You go to the left side, you get instant gratification. You get the contract, you get the money, you get the girls, the cars, that whatever it is that you want. Go to Satan, you get that. But the Most High is telling you, come to me, and this is what I will give you. Same thing. Same thing. And all these blessings shall come on thee. And you see, this is what now I'm realizing why our people tend to go to the left-hand side. Because you go to the left-hand side, you don't need to follow no rules. I'll just give you. But guess what? What I'm giving you is going to cause you to sin. It's going to cause you to sin against the Most High God, which is going to cause you to bring death, sin, harm, hurt, pain. But the Most High is saying, like, yo, if you just listen to me, all these blessings shall come on thee. So you don't have to go and sign these contracts. All these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. It's that simple. But what it is, there's a lust that comes with being known, being in the spotlight, having your name on lights, selling out shows, people singing your lyrics. Huh? And this is what people are chasing. One second. There's something that I want to find for y'all. I was looking at it earlier. Do me a favor, brothers and sisters. Continue hitting that like button on your way in. Do me that favor. Drive the traffic. Is this the one? Let me find it for you guys real quick. I believe it's this one right here. Let me pull this up. Right? Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. All right, let's look at this, right? They be thinking it's fun and games. This is not the one, though. Why I can't find it. Give me 1 second. 1 second, brothers and sisters. 1 second. I'm going to find that thing for y'all. Did I save it? I don't think I saved it. 1 second. Let me find this thing. I have to play this. Because I want you guys to see what this individual looks like. I want you to see what this individual looks like. Because to me, seeing what this person looks like, there's no doubt in my mind you sold your soul. But I need to find the exact video. Give me 1 second. I thought I had it saved or preloaded. Let's see. I have to show y'all. All right, right here. Found it. Look at this, y'all. So, so look at this individual right here. Look at this person. This is a young man who goes by the name of Island Boy. He don't look like anything close to an island to me. He don't look like he's from any island that I know. I'm just saying. But look at this individual's body. And if this is what a contract, if this comes with me signing a contract, I don't want nothing to do with this. This person, he looks like he's celebrating Halloween every day. It doesn't make sense. Only a demon will have me or have you decorate your skin like this. This is insane, but let's take a look at this.
Personally, no. I never really sold my soul, so I'm gonna need everyone to stop talking about like I sold my soul. I didn't sell my soul. Like, I don't know what is to talk about. Like, stop talking about it. I'm done.
So apparently he's getting frustrated if everybody asking him if him and his brother sold their soul, because they just popped up. Like, I never even heard of these two dudes. They just came up out of nowhere, making music, have all this money, this big old house. I want to know, what do you do for a living that you have these things that you have? Just come out and say it. Just be like, yo, yeah, I did that. I sold it.
Done with this.
Like, how could you now operate? How could you operate in public looking like this? And it's like, people don't even, like, especially these younger people, they're not even thinking, like, yo, I look crazy right now. Like, yeah, I got all of this money. I got a nice house. I got this car. My people are listening to my music, even though they probably don't even understand what I'm saying. But they didn't sit back and be like, man, yo, I look crazy. Like, I wonder what he sees when he looks in the mirror. And in my mind is, if I have to look like that for a deal, y'all can keep it. I don't even understand. I don't understand what's going on. So you don't gotta tell me if you sold your soul. I already know what you did. You did that. Right? Right? You did that. You sold it. But that's not the only thing. I remember I spoke about this particular artist. A while back when I was talking about Sexy Red and them. Listen, all of them is, we just got to pray for them, if they can be saved. Just like how the Most High said, pray for Babylon if it can to be healed. But some of these people, they're too far gone to, I don't know. So that this young lady goes by the name of Doja Cat. Some of y'all know her, some of y'all don't. Whatever. I don't listen to her music. I don't need to listen to any of these things. So she makes a song called Demon. I think it's called Demon. Right. So she makes a song called Demon. Fair use, right? And I'm still trying to figure out why would an individual make this, you know, instead of being so symbolic, just come out and say, yeah, Satan is my God. That's my father. But, you know.
On the bigger things, I just bought a limousine. Doja Cat just dropped the music video for her latest single, Demons, with a
demons, not demon, plural. I'm singular. Demons, plural. So for the deal, I gotta make music like this. And like I said, like what I was saying earlier about the whole thing about the truth behind hip hop, it was in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. It was real subtle in the music. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was very subtle. Like, you would have to go back and listen to the lyrics and hear them drop certain occultic stuff and symbolism, 666 and all of this stuff. And you would have, it was subtle. It wasn't too much in your face. Now, it's evident you worship the devil. Like, we don't have to guess or think about it. It's evident. And this goes out to any of the young people who's watching this, or if you're striving to be seen in this realm, understand this is what you're getting. This is where you're heading. This is where you're going into. They may make it look innocent in the beginning. Yeah, you know, we're gonna write you a nice deal, but guess what? This is what you're walking into.
Special cameo from Christina Ricci.
This is hip hop now, y'all. How my demons look. So you want to be a star. You want to be a star. This is what we need you to do.
Great time. Huh? The video, co-directed by Doja, kicks off with a sold sign in front of Christina's new suburban.
How ironic. They got a sold sign. Is that symbolic for sold out?
Home. It's even wilder, more crazy, more shocking, and really compelling and fun. But things take a turn inside the house when a razor-clawed, red-eyed demon, played by Doja, crawls around the bedroom ceiling.
Like, why would you want to make music like this? I'm having a hard time understanding. But I guess the riches of this world, it blinds a lot of the people, and they don't care enough to know how important their soul act.
The whole thing is giving major pull.
All right, yeah, I don't even want to watch the rest of that. This is what it takes to be a star in this day and age. It's like there's no sugarcoating it, there's no hiding it. And what they have to do just to be on that side is like, yo, it's kind of crazy. It's really insane. What is this? Look at this. Last video I'm gonna play, cause
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
And that was Kanye West. He said, he's like, I sold my soul to the devil. I know it was a crappy deal. He said, well, at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. See? They're telling you what they're exchanging themselves for. Toys, riches, fame.
These days, rap and Satan are having a moment. Satanic rappers, also known as occult rappers, are a subgenre of hip-hop that incorporates themes of Satanism and the occult into their lyrics and imagery. Some say it's just an act, a shtick, while others say the deal has been struck between the artist and the devil, exchanging their precious soul for fame. Many contemporary rappers have incited controversy referencing satanic images in their music and aesthetic, and these are the top 10. Lil Uzi Vert. Samir Woods, professionally known as Lil Uzi Vert, has always been explicit in his use of satanic imagery, following in the footsteps of rock provocateur Marilyn.
You see? Look who's his inspiration. Wasn't I saying this in the beginning? A rock star, a heavy metal rock star, Marilyn Manson, who's a known Satanist. Known. So he's following in this guy's footsteps. And you see, that's what I'm saying. Back then, there was no merge between hip hop and rock and roll. There was, because it was clear that rock and roll was utterly satanic. So if you was dealing with hip hop, you didn't want to be associated with that. But it's like now, with this new generation that's not really learning anything, and they're just out here, they're willing to do the things that, the former rappers before them wasn't willing to do publicly. Because, at least there was still some level of shame there where you didn't want to be associated with that. But now it's like, yo, who cares? I'm rich.
Manson, using satanic imagery, lyrics, and merchandise have been used to incite controversy. Stop for a second and try to pronounce Lil Uzi Vert 3 times in quick succession. Guess what you would end up saying? Lucifer or Lil Lucifer?
So when even his name is attached to Satan, if you say his name 3 times fast, you're gonna end up pronouncing Lucifer. I mean, can it get any more evident than that?
Performing at the 2018 Wireless concert, the Philadelphian rapper stopped the EXO Tour Life instrumental to share a message with the fans.
Yo, I need y'all to listen to this. When I heard this, I'm like, yo, and y'all actually paid to go to this concert. People paid to go to this concert, but listen to what he says. I'm gonna just read it because I think I paused it. It says, before everybody starts screaming and saying, ooh, listen to this.
Everybody start screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell.
What?
Right with me.
He also added,
right with me. I gotta play that back again because, and the thing is, they could be as bold as they want because they know that people don't care. People just want to hear the music, but they don't understand what they're attaching themselves to. He said that in a crowd full of thousands of people. But after he said what he said, they just ignored what he said and just jumping around and acting foolish, acting crazy.
Wireless concert, the Philadelphian rapper stopped the EXO Tour Life instrumental to share a message with the fans.
Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me.
He also added,
let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's up. But I still love you.
You heard that? He said, oh, well, you're stuck. You're right here with me. You heard the song a million times and you ain't going nowhere. That means he understands that his music is putting people into a trance. Subliminally having people worship Satan with him. He said, y'all going to hell right with me. Like, who in their right mind is okay with just like, you know what? I'm worshiping Satan. And it's like now it's like now they're becoming these newer artists. They're becoming bolder and more emboldened to tell people like, yeah, we're all Satanists. It's like not even a problem. But yet there's people who still want to be a star, who want that presence on the stage, what he's doing right now. There's people out there who actually still want that. And there's some people probably right now saying, yeah, I know they be selling their soul. Yeah, I know that, but they not going to get me. I'm just going to get my money and get out. Yeah? Yeah? Try it. Especially if you're young and you're very influential and you're talented. They not letting you go like that. Because Satan could use you to spread his message to the masses, like how he's using Lil Satan or Lil Uzi Vert. What's that other guy? The cowboy guy. I don't remember his name. Old Town Road guy who slid into hell and gave. This guy slid into hell on a pole and gave Satan a lap dance. Like, if it is like, how more evident do you need it to be? But you want to be a star. This is what I'm just trying to show y'all. This is what y'all going into. This is what y'all
the rapper
want.
also released a track titled 444 plus 222, which equals the biblical number of the beast 666. He's known for posting photos of upside down crosses on his Instagram page, which has led to some of his colleagues calling him out, most notably Offset. Offset posted an Instagram clip saying,
All y'all doing upside down cross. Even my little partners, man. Well, stop the while you look lame. All that worship the devil. He was God, man.
Lil Uzi responded by posting a picture on Instagram of a smiley face and an upside down cross and the number 666, tagging Offset in it. The Migos rapper replied to the post, writing, I will pray for you, my brother. Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X, his real name is Montero.
The cowboy, Lil Nas X. Him. Blatantly a Satanist right out the gate. Like, he didn't even wait. He didn't waste no time. He just came out the gate. Like, yeah, Satan. You know what I'm saying?
Montero Lamar Hill is a popular rapper and singer who is no stranger to the spotlight and tabloids concerning his provocative artistic persona and social media presence. After gaining initial fame with the hit song Old Town Road, he's gone on to release other songs which...
And you see what's crazy? When he came out with that song Old Town Road, it was innocent for the most part, for what I understand. Right? And then right after that, he just switched into this thing.
Indicate the Georgian rapper's apparent interest in Satanism. He released a music video for his song Montero, Call Me By Your Name.
Call Me By Your Name. Y'all know who that was dedicated to.
That features him.
Hey. I'm sorry. I got ads. Still got ads. I'm sorry. Right? And here it is. And guess what? That is a mock against us and our religion and what we believe, because we are called by the Most High's name, right? Those who have baptized for the remission of sins, for the remission of their sins, we have been sealed with the name of the Most High, and we are called by the name of the Most High. Lil Nas X, the cowboy, right, made a song called Call Me By Your Name. Because who's his daddy? Huh? Who's his daddy? Sliding into hell.
Lap dance. This generated
sliding into hell and
Lil Nas X
and giving Satan a lap dance. That's the name he want to be called by. The Satanic Panic. Lil Nas X tops Billboard charts after scandalous video. So that video put him on the top of the charts.
Ultimately reveled in. He also posted pictures on social media that show him wearing a pentagram necklace and standing in front of a statue of Baphomet, a figure associated with Satanism. Shortly after the video's release, New York-based
and look how blasphemous this person is. I don't know if y'all could see it on the screen. Let me see if I don't know if y'all could see it, And I didn't realize this until watching it with you guys right now. He put out a lot of y'all didn't know that he put out a shoe. Nike gave him a deal and he put out a shoe. On one side of the shoe right here, got the numbers, of course, 666. And then right here, he got the scripture Luke 10:18. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Let's go to Luke 10:18. Let's see what he was using there. This is insane. I did not know he had Luke 10:18 there. Yo, and these people are so disrespectful, man. And this is how, this is why the Most High, he's gonna have to judge. He has to. Let me pull up this scripture real quick, and we're gonna read it together. This is insane. I didn't even know he had that. Luke 10:18 he had there. Let's see what it reads. Oh my gosh. Luke 10:18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. That's what's on the shoe. I didn't realize he put that scripture there. They put that scripture there. That is insane. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So they can't tell me they don't know that they were not worshiping Satan. It's evident. So they just showing us, if you want to be on these guys' levels, this is what you got to do.
Art collective Mischief collaborated with Lil Nas X to make 666 pairs of unofficial Nike Air Max 97s. The shoes, which cost $1,018 each.
$1,018 each. And they only made 666 pairs.
Reference to the Bible verse Luke 10:18 are Satan themed and allegedly feature a drop of human blood.
And y'all seen in the air bubble, they said they had blood in it. I mean, like how much more satanic do you need to get? This is like, listen, I urge y'all, if you are trying to make it in this industry, think again. And once again, welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. We're gonna continue with the show. I got my guests waiting right now. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna bring in my guests, right? And we're gonna talk about it because he's been in these realms. He's been in some of these circles, and he'll tell you firsthand, what's going down there. But before we go there, right? Where am I? I'm gonna play this video. Shout out to my aunt. King Tazawar. He dropped a new video last week, and I'm gonna play it. We're gonna premiere it here, right? Check out my aunt, right? This is called Moves, right? Check it out.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Move. So I make boss moves. I only know how to move like a king move. So I make king moves. I only know how to move like a saint move. So I make saint moves. I only know how to move like a leg move. So I move like a leg move. Gotta get caught working, so I make moves. At peace with all men, mind my P's and Q's. Checkmate, you shot, you win 1,000-year rule. Fisher of men, big catch, hard harpoon. I'm standing on his word cause he coming back soon. I'm moving like a saint, you moving like a buffoon. I'm sober-minded, but you gone off a mushroom. Treasure stored in heaven now, that's a tycoon. I only know how to move like a boss move. So I make boss moves. I only know how to move like a king move. So I make king moves. I only know how to move like a saint move. So I make saint moves. I only know how to move like a lack move. So take howling off the full moon. I hire Mary this back, yeah, we jump the broom. Move with the elect or you go meet your doom. We got next, the enemy gotta make some room. Catch me moving like a king until I'm in the tomb. I hire made me a boss when I was in the womb. Predestined for greatness, forget what you think or assume. I'm a soldier in the army, a righteous platoon. I only know how to move like a boss move. So I make boss moves. I only know how to move like a king move. So I make king moves. I only know how to move like a saint move. So I make saint moves. I only know how to move like a lack move. So I move like a lack move.
Yeah. So that was King Tazawa with Moves, man. Go check it out. Streaming on all major platforms. On his latest album, King Tazawa Truth Unedited, man. Go check it out. Streaming. Go to his YouTube page. Stream the video. And let's run it up, man. Shout out to him. So now, without any further ado, we're going to get to the meat of the show. Right? I have my guests on the other line. And let me make sure you're ready. Aki, are you ready? Yes, sir. He gave me the head nod. He gave me all right. So now, without any further ado, I'm gonna introduce and the thing is we played a song in the beginning. My brother, our brother, right? Stevie Diamond, brother and sisters. Shalom.
Shalom, big Shalom, Deacon, man. It's an honor to be up here, man. A big honors to you and all of the deacons and all of the elders abroad. Thank you for having me up here.
Well, all praises be to the Most High, first and foremost, right? Thank you for coming on, man. And I know, I was trying to set this up since last week, but we finally got to it this week. So praise the Most High. And, we're going to talk about it, man. So you want to be a star. So, I definitely brought you in. The reason why I brought you in, because I remember a while back you had called in Elder's podcast, and I was talking about certain things along this lines. And I wanted you to come on and fully express yourself and be able to, shed some light on what's really going on behind the scenes and how they approach you and stuff like that. But before we get into that, man, kudos to you. My hat goes out to you for that song, man. Here in This Place, man, is a beautiful song. I seen that on your page. It got over 191,000 views and streams. So that's definitely praiseworthy right there. Praise the Most High for that.
All praises.
Listen, man, it's definitely a beautiful song, and I know, you put your all into that song. And matter of fact, talk to me about the process of you writing that song. Where, what was the state of mind that you was in when you wrote that song?
Well, it's funny because I did that song without the traditional idea of how I was going to release it or how to do it, because I was so accustomed to, okay, when I release a song, it has a campaign attached to it. It has a major budget attached to it. It has some record execs attached to it, and, dealing with brand name and household, people and things like that, So this was kind of like, when I did that song, it was just like, it literally sat on the internet for over a year before. Yeah, so it sat there, and I remember my mom, who's a huge advocate and big supporter, big love to my mom, Robin Potts, who, from the Coltrane side, big love to the Coltrane side of my family. And But I just, yeah, I remember my mom kept asking me, "What you gonna do with that song? What you gonna do with that song?" And I said, "Ma, I can't do anything with that song." I said, "The Most High has to do something with that song."
Right.
And I said, "Because what am I going to do? Go to a club and sing it?"
Right.
That's kind of like the thought process. Where am I going to go with this gospel song? Am I going to go say a high in the Sunday church, and then they kick me out of there? So it definitely needed a place where it could resonate organically in the hearts of people, and it did just that.
Praise the Most High. All praises.
All praises to the Most High.
Yeah, listen, man, that's a beautiful song, and I know you got more stuff coming out.
Yep. I have a project called The Potter's Clay, and it is I'm going through a process right now of creating a lane, not just for as an album, but this is a whole thing being carved out because the industry, the record labels are falling. Of course, the whole nation is in a fallen state, as we can see. The dollar is falling. A lot of people are looking at that as a problem, but a lot of people that have eyes that see and ears that hear and really understand what's really happening understand that this is an opportunity. So these problems create opportunities for the righteous, and because we are the peacemakers, we are the revolutionaries, and the people that originally invented all of the things that Satan had to pervert, because Satan never invented anything. He just perverted everything. So we're just taking ownership back to make it not perverted, but go back to God's perfect will.
Right.
And so that's the aim and goal right now. And taking that back is going to take some favor, and it's going to take some disciplines. We're learning some disciplines. Yep.
Praise the Most High. And I can't wait till it drop, man. I can't wait. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. So all right. So let's get right into it. So you see the title of the broadcast. So you want to be a star. So at some point in time, did you want to be a star? Keep it real.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm a '80s baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Whitney Houston. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I grew up watching Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross. Let me just name a few. You know what I'm saying? Prince. Shoot. Let me Michael Jackson. I mean, that's a Michael Jackson height of his solo career was the late 70s going into the 80s and then the 90s. You know, so I mean that was me right there. I was like, man, I used to be in front of the TV getting popped for grabbing my situation where like Michael Jackson. Now I shouldn't have done it, but my mom was like, but that was the power of the imitation and things that you're doing when you trying to emulate something that's that you think is good. And but we all loved that era, but it led up until where we are now. We kind of like, well, dang, we didn't even see that coming.
Right. So what was it for you that made you want to be a star, like that you wanted to be out there?
Jeez, that's a good question.
Was it the love of like genuinely the love for music and wanting to just put your music out there, or was it other things actually attached to it?
For me, it was the love of music. And I that was a choice. It took for me to grow up to be a man to realize why I was really doing it. And because I came from a background where my father was a preacher, and I was very, even though we wasn't in what we call the traditional this level of truth that we're in now, I had a fundamental and a foundation in the Bible where I knew it was just some things that was just not going to happen with me, regardless of nothing, whatever somebody else was doing with themselves.
Right. And
so I love music. My dad used to sing over the pulpit, and I used to love it. I used to love hearing him sing, and I was like, and he, it was his good friend named Cliff Mason, who they had a quartet band, and they was just tough, and I was like, man, I want to sing too. I want to get on a microphone, and I found out, hey, you you could be like Michael Jackson and do this. Oh, that was it.
Wow. So take me to the part of your life where you actually started dealing with the industry. Like, how old were you when you started dealing with the industry and being out there?
I was roughly about 14, 15 when I started to realize people liked to hear me sing. As I knew I liked music, and as a young kid, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was one of these kids, really artsy kids, that had a room full of tape recorders before I understood that concept of a studio.
Right.
And I would dub myself on multiple tape recorders. I would put myself on one tape doing a lead and do another tape doing a background and do overdubs. And
you was doing that back then?
Yeah, when I was a child, like that was me in my room. Just I would entertain myself doing stuff like that.
Wow.
And my mom and my dad always thought, that was a little different. My dad saw it as I want to cultivate that in my son. So when I got in school, I got in a lot of trouble in the area I was at, in Portsmouth, Virginia, and I ended up getting kicked out of the school I was in. So I went with my aunt Patricia, big love to her. She was a history teacher who was big on Black history. And she was the one that kind of started telling me that some of the things in the curriculum, even at school, was false. Like she told me Beethoven was Black and all this type of stuff.
Oh, wow.
So even then, little nuggets was being planted on me. Like she was guided, like, things were being said to me, even when I was taking music theory and stuff in school. And, but I ended up going to school. My aunt said, well, I want to find out what you really want to do. Because it's either military or you're going to figure something out. And I wasn't big on military.
Right.
So they found a vocational program called VOTEC out here in Norfolk, where I ended up graduating at Granby High School. And I ended up taking VOTEC, and I got into music business classes and took music theory. And they was trying to put me in opera and put me in the Virginia State Opera. And I was like, nah. But it was this guy named Corte Ellis, and big love to Corte. He works over there with Revolt, and he used to work. He was a big writer over there with Missy Elliott's team. He was the one that kind of figured out I need to do something with this guy. He's a kid. He's out here fighting. He's getting in trouble. I want to do something with him.
So he was like a mentor, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
He came in like a mentor, and he started taking me. He put me in a boy group called Persuasion, and we ended up auditioning to be the new Blackstreet because Blackstreet would have just broken up. Teddy was looking for something. Teddy Riley out there. He used to have a studio on Virginia Beach Boulevard, and we went in there and auditioned. Teddy Riley didn't want the group. He wanted pieces of the group, and they were going to pull me out of the group to build something. And that ended up fizzling out because Teddy ended up taking on the project of Michael Jackson. And isn't that crazy? He was going to work on Butterflies, that project with Butterflies around that time. He said, nah, and he just scratched the whole idea of doing Blackstreet again after that, because it was going to be his third attempt on Blackstreet. Yep.
Okay, so how old were you around this time?
I was around like 15 years old. I was about 15, 16 years old. I was probably about a sophomore in high school. And but by the time I graduated, the area I was in, I was outgrowing the area I was in. It was getting into I was in the streets selling drugs and doing a whole bunch of negativity. And I got a phone call, I had an opportunity to leave, because even when I was in the streets, it was more so like I didn't really want to be there. And the people that knew me, they was like, dude, you got too much talent. Where are you out here? You know what I'm saying? So they were just kind of protecting me, and everything. So they was like, man, you just need to get up out of here. I almost got shot. I got shot at, almost got killed.
Wow.
In projects called Jeffrey Wilson projects. And The bullets went past me, hit somebody that was beside me. God spared me.
Ooh.
I got a phone call maybe a week later from a group called, well, back then it was called Day One, and they needed a new member. And so we ended up starting a group. And these guys all branched off. They were working with Jay Holiday. They was under the same management with Jay Holiday. So big shout out to Jay Holiday and Justin Winters and Corey and all of those guys, because I needed to get out of that area, and they gave me an opportunity to be somewhere else outside of where I was at. And so I went up to DC. I moved up to DC, DC, Northern Virginia area, which is closer to DC and Maryland. And I lived up there for roughly close to 20 years. And I created a lot of relationships with Jay Holiday and on the independent side, and eventually started getting shows on my own where I opened up for Drew Hill, Drew
Campbell.
Hill? Yeah. Drew Hill, Tevin Campbell, Slum Village, Raheem Devine. That's just to name a few people. And after I branched off of being in the group. So, yeah. And then eventually that's when I started getting phone calls and opportunities for me as an artist.
Okay.
Solo artist. Yes.
Okay. So now let's fast forward. So now you're getting known, you're being approached by these people. So now let's talk about what you experience being in these realms, in these circles, right? I could assume that you used to attend certain parties and things of that nature.
Well, yes, it was parties. I would go to a lot of club events. And, I was cool with a lot of promoters, and I would end up in a lot of after hours spots and things like that. And yes, it was a lot of drugs. It was a lot of lust. It was the typical stuff, the stuff I was accustomed to when I lived in from the hood.
Right.
But the only difference was it was just readily available, even if you didn't pay for it. Because the thing was, when they value you when you have talent, so they give you what you want. They'll give you some drugs, they'll give you some girls. You go a lot. It used to be girls lined up from model agencies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So these are video vixens and stuff, and you're all hanging out after hours and stuff like that. And so it was nothing to kind of fall into your version of whatever temptation you like. I mean, somebody might be over there doing their particular addiction, and you might be in another room doing yours. So I mean, that's usually the gateway into making some very permanent or some long-lasting bad decisions.
And let me ask you, and in some of these parties or the clubs, whatever, you ever remember running into any people who was in the industry, seeing certain things?
Yeah, I mean, these are different cats. I mean, some of these people you kind of overtly see, because some people wear their sin. Some people wear they pridefully will do these things right in front of you. I mean, I've done shows with different people. I'm not into saying a whole bunch of names, but you can see Lil Uzi Vert. You can see guys like Future. You can see guys that kind of overtly do what they do. And me and my team have brought different individuals into DC and promoting them and stuff like that, and having access to them in that way. Yeah, but some of them aren't going to be shameful. They because the mafia owns. There's different mafias and different groups that really run the industry. And you said down to.
You said mafias? Like, are you talking about like the Italian mafia, like the mob, or something else?
Yeah, Italian. You got Polish. You got Irish. You got all different types. You got the Chinese. You even got some Chinese guys. You guys. I mean, you could, because I mean, the same people that's giving them the drugs own the prisons. You know what I'm saying? But they place it all around you, and the mafias are feeding you what you want. You know what I mean? They give you your drug guy, but that's how do you get something slipped in your drugs. Right there. You know, they find somebody in a bathtub because they stuffed and turned into fentanyl. They used to getting this, but then they switched it out for battery acid.
Wow.
That's my man from DC that used to play ball, that he ended up doing a whole bunch of battery acid. That was real famous. He was supposed to have been better than Michael Jordan. He was, but he was attached to Rayful
Austin?
Rayful, the big time drug dealer guy, Rayful Edmonds. I think it was Rayful Edmonds. But this guy was kingpinning, but the basketball player that was big, that was about to go big, was teamed up with him and got fell victim to, and they put battery acid in his stuff. You know, killed him.
That's crazy. So now, so you in the nice spots, you in the club, you seeing these celebrities, you seeing these people. So now, where was the opportunity, or what was the scenario, or what was any scenario that you could remember where, you know, someone was trying to put you on, and you know, and you was approached by certain people, whatever the case is?
Well, this is where it's funny, because when they came to me in a blatant way, because they were always trying to approach me, but they was trying to get me through more of a covert way. And now that I'm more into the truth.
How does that look like? I want to know what, like, you know, what these advances look and sound like.
So the covert way, let me start with the covert way. And we talk about this in church so much. So it's through your lust, you know what I mean, through your temptations. So that way they can befriend you through your lust. You know, some of them, I had guys, and I'm gonna say this, man, this is one of the most disrespectful things that ever happened to me. I'm a straight man, and I'm gonna say this publicly, because I'm still affiliated with the industry. I'm still an industry guy. I'm trying to carve out some things that are, and I'm having some success with building some things right now. But I am a straight man. Don't ever get it confused. And I remember when it was like my early 20s, I may have been 21, 22. A well-known singer-songwriter from Bad Boy. I'm just gonna put it like that. I'm not gonna say his name because he gay. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So if that's what you into, that's what you into.
So a singer-songwriter from Bad Boy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, because we still know each other. You know what I mean? But it ain't like that. But I'm gonna say this. I remember I'm in the room in a studio setting, and they were saying how good of a singer I was. They were saying, you're a good singer. You need to write on, back then I needed to work on a couple of things with my writing. But then he made a pass at me, tried to touch my neck. Of course, I smacked his hand, and I'm like, yo, what's that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, because number one, I'm confused. Like, these guys don't even look like the gay guy. You know what I'm saying? These don't no broke wrist, flimsy guys. These was like muscular, in the gym. Some of them taking martial arts and different things, and they, but low key, these guys on some Brokeback Mountain type stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw me for a loop, and I thought some of these guys were like my friends, like, and meant so I went, even then, I went through stages of depression where I was like, man, I got to disconnect from these people. And sure enough, we ended up going our different ways because of some things I said to them because of what happened. And then they were saying, they said some things like, because I found out they were gay and they thought I was going to expose them, they were saying, and during meetings, they were talking about what if somebody pulled a gun out on you and all of this.
Like,
And
they was giving threats like that?
Like some passive. And I knew, see, nobody knew it was that conversation was for me and not nobody else in the room. They was like, yeah, Stevie, so what if we go out and somebody pull a gun out on you? What you gonna do? So I was like, well, if they got their gun and I ain't got mine, they got it. You know, that's the way I felt. And I left it like that, but I knew where it was coming from, because a lot of back then it was more taboo to not be out your closet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they felt more threatened because they wanted to keep some type of image.
Right.
But now it's more overt. Yeah. So they can wear their dress and do all of that. Yeah.
So stuff like that happens. So anything extreme, any extreme advances or any extreme offers came your way?
Yeah, I've had situations. At one situation, this is where the line was drawn with me. And this is around the time I started understanding who we were as a people.
Okay.
I was dating a young lady. Big shout out to her. I'll send her a shout out, Tanya. Because I'm gonna say, even though God appointed that time frame for me to meet her aunt, and her aunt was an Israelite.
Oh, okay. I see.
Her aunt was coming over to the house, and she would tell her she was always consistently just sweet to me. She was a very sweet, warm woman, and I was just like, is she a Christian or what? But she was a little different in her understanding of scripture than what I was accustomed to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was taking me to places like, yeah, she was in the Old Testament a little bit more than what I was accustomed to, and saying things about us being the Israelites. And you know, I was like, well, do you believe in Christ? You know, and I was running through a whole lot of different videos after she's coming to me to research what she was saying so I could understand the doctrines, because my biggest thing was like, well, if you're not teaching Christ and keeping him in a divine stature, the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ and all of that, the power of who he is and the power of who God is at the same time, I wasn't going to gravitate towards that. But sure enough, as I'm learning all of this, I had a meeting because I'm still kind of in the world. I'm still doing the secular stuff. And me and my man, big shout out to my brother, Yahweh. He's always been a genuine guy. So he introduces me to, let me say this. Let me leave these names out of there. He introduces me to a well-known manager of an artist from Virginia. Let me say that. And,
okay.
And I'm not going, I'm just going to leave it like that, out of respect. And it was a birthday party for a young lady. It was about 4. It was a very intimate setting. It was about 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, about 5 of us total. So we all had opportunities to conversate, mingle, and kick it. And it was the birthday of one young lady, and they asked me to sing "Happy Birthday." And in the hotel that we were over there at the National Harbor in Maryland, and they asked me to sing and everything, and they just said, so after I got done singing, they were like, so you want to get in the music industry, right? So I'm like, yeah. So I'm thinking they were about to give me some pointers, maybe on how I sung or how I sounded, or maybe some things I could do from a business standpoint. But it wasn't that for them. She was like, well, you know what you got to sell your soul.
And she's like a top exec. Like what was her position?
For what I understood, she was somewhere behind the scenes. I don't know if she was a publicist or what, but
But she was okay. She was someone up there. She was somebody high up there.
She was somebody high up there. She was somebody who also was she had a couple of different things she was into. She was starting her dentistry as well. So a lot of these people are very diversified in their businesses. So I mean, and she was saying how she did her process so her son could get through college. So that means a lot of practical things people do with this thing, right? They get
when you said hold on. When you said she did her process, like what you mean? She
sold herself.
Okay. So she's telling you about that. So she just came out flat and said, "You have to sell your soul," just like that.
Well, she's saying from her experience, she was saying that that's what she did and that's what she had to do.
And she was just being upfront with you, just like.
She's like, well, you know what you got to do. I was like, she said, you got to sell your soul. So I mean, of course, Satan tries to sell you on the idea that he is the only way.
Right.
So that's all that was. It was a trick from him. But she says that to me, and I'm asking her, well, what's that?
Yeah, what you mean, right?
Well, what is sell your soul? Because I'm kind of like I'm in here with y'all, and I'm kicking it with y'all, and we know we all in here on some real live. I'm selling souls and stuff. I want to make sure I'm straight too. You know what I'm saying? But I want to understand this though, so I got curious. I said, so what's that? So she tells me, well, it's two ways to do it. You can either do the blood sacrifice, or you could do what you call she called it a financial sacrifice. I don't know if that's a universal terminology or what, but so the blood sacrifice was, of course, everybody knows this, but it's when you sacrifice somebody. So I said, how does that work? She tells me where it has to be somebody that you love.
That's what she said. It has to be someone that you love.
Yes.
Yo, it's crazy, bro, because like when you saying that, you know what that reminded me of?
What's that?
I don't know if you remember the movie Avengers, when Thanos had to sacrifice Gamora.
That was my part too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it was somebody he loved. Like it couldn't just be any random person. In order for it to work, it had to be someone that was dear to him. I really wonder what that's about. But you could go ahead.
That is about your. Once I got into the truth, it resonated with me because the Bible says, "To him that which is sin to him, which is sin to him is sin to him." Mm-hmm. So our conscience bears witness to God, and it's going to be a photocopy record of what we knew better than to do.
Right.
And they know they're trying to hold you hostage because they understand. They call it quantum physics. We call it the spiritual realm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they deal with quantum physics and they deal with it from a science, but they know you can be bound based off of your covenants, based off of your agreements on here in this realm. And they have a science behind it. I mean, it gets deep, and I'm glad that this ministry exists, because this ministry that you got, like Born of Levi, Deacon Azar, Elder Rawchaa, and all of the elders and deacons, man, is very, very important, this ministry, because it really talks about things from a insightful standpoint where these people are admitting what they're doing. So it's not like we're digging in the crates trying to find, like we're clout chasing. And these people, we just find it, like you just played a whole series of videos of people that, didn't care to hide it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, at this point, who are we and what are we to do?
Right.
And because we have a problem, which creates an opportunity. So we have to start to realize the threat is no longer that you can just be religious. It's no longer, that's not even strong enough. You got to operate in your authority of who you are.
Right.
I remember when going back to the story, the young lady that asked me to sell my soul, I asked her, I said, do you know who you are? Because I just found out who I was.
Right.
So I was like, I thought it was something special for her to know who you are, because I'm like, you sold what? I was disgusted.
But did she tell you exactly what she did to sell it?
I didn't dig. She started crying.
So it had to be some a blood sacrifice. She probably went into.
And she didn't even come back in the room with me. We supposed to have been kicking it, and she didn't even come back in the same space with me, because I guess my reaction to her was a little, and we was having a good time all up until that point. And but my reaction to her was so genuine and real, and I was more so concerned about her. And she started crying. She said, "You sound like my brother." And she went in the other room crying. I just heard her in the other room crying. I was like, and I asked my man, how? I said, "She good?" And he was like, he was like, man, you know, he jumped in. I'm gonna say this too. Yahweh jumped in when she asked me to sell my soul. He said, "Nah, diamonds don't do that." He was the first one to kind of, because he brought me to the party. He was the one that, but he didn't know the dynamics of all of that either. So he jumped in and was like, now that's where that stopped.
Right.
And I said, no, let her. I said, no, let her go. I said, I want to hear this. So she breaks down the financial sacrifice. She says, this is where you you negotiate with them, which is now we of course we know who they are,
right?
Because we know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we know who they are.
Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's cool. It's cool.
So she said the other part of it was the financial sacrifice, and what does that look like?
The financial sacrifice is when you can make a deal with them. You try to negotiate something, but they can come back and frame you for something that you didn't do.
Oh, because so that's that side of the contract. So there's So I see. Yeah. So would you say people who get caught up in the news with certain allegations after they got a certain contract, would you say that's part of that financial sacrifice?
It is. And some of it, let me take that back. It's not just something that you didn't do. It could be something that you did do, because the goal is to get you in the mud with them.
Right.
See, but they're not prone to the same consequences that you are, because you're in their realm. You operating in their jurisdiction. They're the judge, jury. They're the accuser.
Right.
They're operating in Satanism. So their job is to get you in the mud, then accuse you and say, "Hey, you got mud on you."
Mm-hmm. Right, right, right.
Saying, you like, "Oh, shoot, yeah." So if you're wise, you're gonna be able. They don't want a person that is self-aware, that has. They don't. The biggest threat is somebody who can control their appetites and still operate. Who understands, who's truly a healed and restored person. And the only way you can get that is through Christ.
Right.
And this is why what we are teaching, because it's so important, what you guys are teaching. I wanted, big bro, I'm gonna ask you something. I don't know if you can do this, but if you could go to Deuteronomy, right? And this resonated with me, Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 6. And read that. What was it? Was it that one? No, it was verse 2. No, it was Deuteronomy 28. The one where it says, "You are the lender, you are not the borrower."
Yeah, let me get that. So you said Deuteronomy 28 and
I get the specific
right
area. I'm gonna get it.
Thou shalt lend to.
You are the
right here. I see it right.
15 and 6.
15 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 15 and 6. I thought you said 28.
Was it lender? You are the lender and not the borrower. KJV. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the one that says you are the lender and not you're above and not beneath.
Yeah, that's in Deuteronomy 28 where it says, let me get it, where it says, in verse, right here, verse 44. Well, I'm going to start at verse 43. Deuteronomy 28 and 43, it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee and very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Verse 44 is what you're looking for. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the negotiation. That's the negotiation right there. You got to know who you are and operate in your true authority in these times. And this is the threat. This is why the conversation of who we are is not just knowing who you are. It's when you start operating in the authority of knowing you are the lender, knowing what God has ordained you to be and have in this realm, in this time. And when she said that, and as I started to grow in my faith and grow in this understanding, it was one thing to know about Christ, but it was another thing to operate in the authority of Christ, of who we are, and the promises that come along with of who you are.
Right.
But you can't get that from a religion. You have to get that from a standpoint of practicality as well. And the practical aspect is that we're losing in our practices because we're destroyed for a lack of
knowledge,
not religion, but knowledge, practical, everyday knowledge. We go places, we're signing contracts, we're doing things, and we don't understand even how to collect our money. Right now, you got a YouTube channel, for example. Some people got YouTube channels and probably don't even know how to collect their royalties.
Right.
It's terms and agreements. YouTube got bought out by record labels, big corporations and commercial corporations and things. So now they can dictate what you can say that's against their agenda.
Right. Yeah. And we noticing that. Yeah. That free
speech. So even with YouTube, even with Spotify, the record labels own all of it. So what we've been doing and what I've been involved with now to counter all of this is to create, and that's why I say it's an opportunity. This problem has created opportunities to now develop systems, technology that can now bring the price point of not only how we collect, but how much we collect to at least a reasonable amount. For every stream, you should at least get $1. That's the price point for your stream. Right now, people are for every 600 streams, you can get $1. Really? That's how much a stream is for a singer-songwriter or a rapper. A lot of people don't know that. That's what you're getting. That's robbery. So who would sign a deal and call that a deal or a way of life if somebody you was gonna get a job and they say, well, you got to come to work 600 times before we give you $1. Do something. Right. That's a bad. And they just reinvented the same problem and tried to create technologies that are counterproductive to us. And we've been doing this same thing with record labels. We've been signing deals. Never knew about publishing right organizations or publishing and how it works, or any of the ins and outs on how to really leverage and collect your funds and have control of your ideas. So we've been getting you talk about Otis Redding and all of these old classic oldies but goodies. A lot of these people don't own, their families aren't getting nothing from that.
No royalties
from that. So it's a lot of practical knowledge because we didn't know we're really lending them. We're really the people of value. We're really the Jew. We're really the ruby, the real deal. Right. that has the value, and this is why they're precious. They want to cultivate something out of it so they extract the value out of it, and they do that with not only us but everything around us.
So and that's deep that you said that we are really the lenders. That's deep when you said it, because like our talent alone, they're borrowing our talent and making and flipping it. Wow. And we don't have the the know-how to make it benefit us. I see what you're saying. So
I'm gonna
okay. No, go ahead.
I just want to send big love to some people, man, and I'm gonna highlight this. Big love to Kevin Shine. Big love to Elder Rawchaa. A big love to because it's true that Born of Levi and this ministry is resonating in a lot of places, and a lot of people have respected us in some places y'all wouldn't even imagine. We just did the Icon Awards. The brothers Jeremiah, Prince Maya, Janique, the brothers was shining in front of a lot of execs, and was being embraced.
Wow.
Because this stuff is not just affecting people of color, it's affecting the Gentiles too, because they'll sacrifice their own. That's the other part.
Right.
They'll sacrifice their own. So this is big. This music, this poison, this toxic music is not just creeping in our homes, it's creeping into the homes of everybody, this destructive stuff. So
yeah,
people are tired of it. Yep.
So after you spoke to that, to that sister who was basically telling you had to sell your soul, and she explained to you the blood sacrifice and the financial sacrifice. So was that all that that people had to do just to get their foot in the door?
I mean, that's the surface stuff.
That's the
surface. Of course, if you're talking about the once you become studied, you start to realize you're already being initiated. Right now, I'm gonna say this: big love to everybody that's getting together for family, that love each other, that's family and everything. But this is the time of the year where family is getting together, right? And there is a ritual that's about to take place. And there are women that's going missing. There's children going missing simultaneously. The same way people mysteriously die in the music industry is the same ritual that's going to kill a lot of people by participating in this, because we're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Our consent, we become consent to our own destruction. So Christmas is a big time of the year where a lot of women and children go missing. And we think it's just the music industry, but on a low level, they're all participating in the same thing.
Yeah.
So, that satanic thing, like you really pay attention. A lot of the women and children go missing, but I also, like, for example, I got a phone call, and my lady, she tells me that her sister, somebody tried to grab her sister. This is just roughly a week ago.
Really?
And yeah, two guys tried to grab her and pull her into a car. You see what I'm saying? But we don't correlate none of this because we don't see the ritual that's going on.
Yeah.
We don't understand what we're around and what we're participating in because we see our lust. We don't understand our lust is a part of the problem. This is the time where everybody's going to buy something. Everything is cheap.
Yeah.
Everything we're going to consume. We're about to go give away our value once again as a community. We're about to give away our value once again. And in the name of a ritual called Christmas. And then some people are going to die. Some children are going to go missing. And it's just going to be, it's just going to be a face on TV. You know what I mean? But we don't connect the ritual. We don't see it.
The whole aspect of it. Yeah. And it's crazy, bro, when you think about what these people are doing just to get put on. And one thing I wish you would have asked her, if you could go back there, is when she said, yeah, you got to sell your soul. Like, okay, what that mean? We got the blood sacrifice where you got to give up somebody you love. And I would have asked her, who am I giving it up to? Who that's who I would want to know. I want to hear them come out and say, yeah, you got to sacrifice to such and such God. Because they have to know you're not just giving that person up without you knowing what you're involved in. You have to know. So I would want to know, you know what I mean, who all right, I'm gonna give you this person, okay? To who? Who's receiving? Who's on the receiving end? That's what I would want to know. You know what I mean? But I guess that's just what they don't just tell people off the back.
That's crazy, because if I could, that's exactly what I would have asked her. I would have definitely loved to ask her, who is this person? Who is this God or whatever? Because they like to use that ambiguous they. You're dealing with, them and they and all of this. And they are, see, this is the thing. And this wisdom, I saw a person bring this out one day, and it resonated with me. He says, demons possess people, but angels possess territory. Principalities take over high places. Angels take over high places. So in these high places, angels can look like people.
Right.
So we got to understand. And I was looking at nature, and I was looking at an octopus, and I post a lot of nature on my page and stuff every now and then. But the octopus goes through the ocean, and it emulates the territory that it's around so well that the prey can't even detect it. And I'm like, well, if an octopus can do that, can't Satan do that? And can't angels do that? I mean, that's on a low level. That's an animal. So we got to understand the craftiness and the powers that be. I mean, people say, well, they might say, well, this stuff is all, you believe in angels and demons. Do you believe donkeys can talk and all of this? I was like, well, I heard a bird talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could go right in that jungle and birds will talk English.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not too far-fetched when we really look at the nature of God and who he is. He did it once, he can do it again. And that's just what it is, man. I'm really a firm believer in the Most High. And I just thank you in what you're doing, big bro. And utilizing your talents and gifts as well, man. I love that song, Living Room Praise, man. My mom loves that record. We love that record.
Praise the Most High. All praises. All praises.
I love. Yeah, that's my joint, man.
Listen, man, in the near future, man, I'm gonna be hitting you up, man. I gotta get you on that.
Let's do it.
We definitely gonna do that.
I would love that, man. I'm looking to do some ensembles, so I'm putting together an ensemble called Back to Eden. It's gonna be very, very. What I'm doing right now, I'm working alongside a lot of people that were A&Rs for the industry, but
nice.
I'm using the standards of the industry to create a real live ensemble that's gonna be rocking like some Kirk Franklin and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So, I'm looking forward to that too, bro. Definitely looking forward to that. But let me ask you before I let you go and all of that stuff. So after that meeting, after you met those people, especially the one who asked you to sell your soul, was that the point where you said to yourself, you know what, I'm done, or was there more advances after that?
Man, I went through. There's nothing after that. There's nothing. It was nothing else. I started studying. I took about 6 or 7 years of studying with just, maybe my first 2 years I was with a group called I was out of Chicago, Castabooey, and I was studying their approach on the whole. I call it being a pre-Constantine Christian.
Right.
Yeah, we know we're Israelites, but we believe in Christ. So I don't want to get it confused. We're the first Christians.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because anybody can know you're a Jew and be evil as the devil.
Exactly.
So so knowing we Jews, or you call yourself an Israelite, that's cool and everything. That's just the beginning.
That's just scratching the surface.
That's scratching the surface, man. We pre-Constantine Christians, and once I understood that that's the spirit of how to operate, man, it just became more beautiful. But I took a couple of years and I was depressed for a little while because I really love singing and I love music, and I just didn't understand how was I going to operate in the world around me with my purpose anymore.
Right. Because you basically seen, not to cut you off, you basically seen what is going to take for you to actually be able to use it on a grand scale.
Yeah, it was like, man, I almost believed the lie though. I almost believed the lie that it couldn't happen
unless.
And I sat back and then God showed me, because when my mom asked me, she said, "What you gonna do with that song?" And big love, I'm gonna say this, big love to my boy, to my AC. Big love to AC.
Shout out to AC.
So AC, who handles it, for those who don't know AC, my folks who just watching this that may not be with the church, AC does a lot of IT and video stuff and for the ministry. Mm-hmm. He says,
matter of fact, he hooked me up with this app, the Bible app, what I be using to go back and forth and show the scriptures. So shout out to my Ak, man. I know you watching.
Yes. Shout out, big love, bro. So he's like, yo, I want to send this song to Elder. Are you ready? So I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. I didn't know what was gonna happen from that necessarily in terms of how it was gonna resonate. But
it did.
It just like a wildfire. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I got other songs, but that particular record walked into the lives of so many different people, and it was beautiful because at Passover, so many people told me they was in the hospital and they was in life or death situations, a lot of life or death situations where that song was in the middle and present in that life or death situation and how it operated in their lives.
Wow.
So all praises to the Most High in this ministry.
All praises for real.
All praises. Yep.
That's a powerful song. I'm telling you. You in a bad mood, man. You play that song, man. I think it'll put you in another place, bro. For real. Get you, and it brings you into a spirit of worship. That's what I like about it, because we don't really got too much songs like that. You know, we got a lot of rap, you know, which is cool, but you know, I like that praise. You know, me being a musician, I like to play those type of songs, those type of chords. I like to get into that worship feel. I love that kind of stuff. So that's a great song, bro.
All praises and glory to the Most High. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to, this is the thing. I love songwriting, right? I'm a big songwriter fan. Like I listen to different songwriters. Grew up listening to some of the guys that just touched a lot of great records and things. And I've been blessed to work with different guys that wrote for Mary J. Blige and wrote for Carl Thomas and a lot of people from the Universal side of things. And as a professional songwriter. Mm-hmm. So my goal and purpose is not just to keep singing my songs. My goal and purpose is now to create a standard, because a lot of us, what I understand is that we release music and we're doing the same thing that our ancestors were doing, our predecessors were doing, and making a lot of the same mistakes. The only thing is, it's not costing us our souls, but it is costing us our legacy, which is still expensive. Because if we don't understand that this is a space where we now can create technology, we can now create platforms to create the price point, to control the price point,
right?
And reinvest it, because now these things are called intellectual properties. A lot of people don't know that your song is not just a song; it's an intellectual property that you own.
Wow. Okay.
And so your idea is almost like if you came up with an idea for an invention, you're not going to just give away the invention.
Of course not, right?
You're going to take that idea and make sure that your children are able to eat off of it, and so forth. So it's not just, this is about stewardship.
Yeah.
So the Bible, you have the ministry side of it, but we also got to understand that this stuff, it ain't cheap to go buy all that studio equipment.
No.
It's not cheap to go get your outfit and travel across the country. It's not cheap to do none of this stuff. So it'd be wise so you can start to reinvest into what you're doing, to have the formula on how to do that and how to collect your monies that it is generating. So I'm a part of an organization that shows people those disciplines. So I do take the stewardship aspect from the Gentiles, so to speak, and I use that for the ministry, and that's what I am. And they carved out a space for us to be able to at least learn that, and they know that I'm not with all of the other stuff necessarily that they're doing, but people gonna be people. But I know at the end of the day, I'm here for a purpose and for a job, and that's to get these disciplines for myself and for my family. So, yep.
Con, praise the Most High, man. Praise the Most High. But definitely enjoyed your testimony and and you shedding light. So I just want to give you the floor, and I just want you to, if you could speak to someone right now who's trying to get involved in trying to be a star, or want the accolades, want to be noticed, want to be seen. What is some advice, or what are some of the lasting words you could leave them with, before they go ahead and search these things out?
To a brother or sister that wants to be a star. And I know these aren't brothers and sisters that are probably understand who they are in Christ yet. I would say get to know who you are to God before you get to know who you are going to be for the world. Because you'll never satisfy the world. You'll never be satisfied trying to satisfy the world. You'll always be looking for the next dopamine hit, and they'll always be looking for one, because you'll always be you can't tap dance fast enough for the world.
Right, you can't.
But,
no way.
So you gotta get to a point where you know who you are to God, and that value. When you start found your place of service, you'll start solving problems that don't only resonate with this generation, but it's going to resonate with the generations long after. And this is why Lauryn Hill was able to create a project and not have to even have to really make a new project. She's living off and touring off of songs that people are just now figuring out. She's talking about us the whole time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She was trying to solve an old problem with new music. So when we figure out we got old problems, and you just you can start servicing those problems, and that's what ministry is. It's a service. It's servitude.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Once you figure out how to serve with what it is your gift is, you'll never have to worry about nothing. Yep.
I like how you put that. I like that. Once y'all heard that, brothers and sisters. Once you find out what your service is, right? Once you find that out, what was the end of that part?
You'll never have to worry about nothing.
You'll never have to worry about anything else. Meaning you won't have to sell yourself out to try to fit in anywhere else, because you already know what your purpose is. And once you find that purpose, you're going to be content with wherever the Most High place you, because you're going to be fulfilling why you was even here. I like that, bro. That was well said, man. I got to clap it up for that. I love that, because honestly, when you operating in your purpose, when you operating in your God-given talents, you actually feel you actually feel enjoyment doing it. It don't feel like a burden or a task. It's like you actually love doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So I couldn't have said that any better myself. Like, brothers and sisters, find out who you are in the Most High, in Christ. Find out what your service is to the Most High, and you'll never need to find anything else. I love that, man. Listen, man. Hey, listen. That's the path, brothers and sisters. That's the path where we gotta where we gotta find out what's your service to the Most High. And I'm telling you, once you find it, and once you find you operating in your gift, you're operating in your talent, you're gonna be content. You're gonna be happy to do it. It's not gonna, like I said, it's not gonna be like, oh, I gotta do this again. Nah, you're gonna want to do it because you're operating in your purpose that the Most High created you for. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
All praises, man. All praises and glory. Yep. That I'm definitely looking forward to helping people cultivate their talents and gifts. If they ever want to learn, if they're on the music side of things, there are places where you can learn how to collect your monies. It's an organization called the MLC. It's a free organization. All of these streams and stuff is money that you probably got sitting places, and they go find that money for you. I'm associated with the MLC. I'm also associated with Writing Sessions America, which shows you how to get your music, collect all your funds, and set your business up to where if you want to go get an investor, you'll know who aligns with you, because you got your assignment, which is your place of service. Then you have to, once you find out your place of service, then you have to find who aligns with your service. And that alignment is so important once you understand your purpose. So get your assignment, get your alignment, get in alignment, because that's where the Most High has shown me, and I'm a living testimony to that. And I just thank y'all, man. I thank all of y'all, man.
And how can someone find you if they would want to find you?
Man, shoot, I'm not hard to find. Follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Diamond, which is DIAMOND, Hits, which is HITZ as in zebra, E as in egg, N as in Nancy, T as in Tom. That's Instagram. And you can jump on Facebook and just Google Stevie Diamond or put Stevie Diamond in the thing. And I'll follow you right back up there as well. And if you want to ever jump into any of the classes that we do for singer-songwriters and artists, let me know and I'll help you out with that as well. So that's the educational piece is very critical as we take ownership of who we are. Because it's either you gonna own you or you gonna get owned. That's it. That's how that works.
You heard that? Is either you gonna own you or you're gonna get owned. Praise the Most High. But yo, my brother, I appreciate you for coming on, man, and I definitely appreciate the insight that you shared and all of the wisdom and the jewels that you're dropping right now, man. And I praise the Most High, and I'm happy that you didn't take none of them deals, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now, my brother.
Man, big love to you, man. You're such a good spirit, bro. And since the time I saw you at Passover in person, I felt like I knew you from somewhere else. And I just thank the Most High for you as a brother and all of the genuine love that I received from you and some of the other brothers, man. It's been a blessing to me, and it keeps me going as well. And thank you, brother.
Oh, listen, thank you, man. All praise be to the Most High, man. Listen, man, we all we got, so we gotta make do with what the Most High is putting in our path. And if it's me uplifting my brother to help him get to the next level, then I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I know it's the same way with all my brothers on the other side for me. You know? Yeah, man.
Big love to Tazawar. Big love to Shadiawar, man. It was my ox too, man.
Yeah, listen, man. Them brothers.
Elroy Jones, man. Torrance, all them brothers. Big love.
Yeah, shout out to all my brothers doing doing the thing on the musical side, man. And listen, there's a lot of talent, man. And I've been saying this for years. Like, we gotta do like a G.O.C.C album, like with all of the artists. You know what I mean? And just try to just drop something. But that's they gotta come in the works. We gotta talk about that.
Yep.
And see how we can put that together.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Definitely, bro. But definitely, like, listen, yo, you already know we're gonna be in touch, bro. And we definitely gonna talk, man. We definitely gonna do some work. We're gonna do some stuff together and everything, man. So definitely, listen. You got my number. You locked in. I'm locked in. Let's work.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Solid, man. I really appreciate you, Born of Levi. If you are from my side of things, and because I got you live on my Facebook, if you could tell them how to follow you as well, Born of Levi, I would love that. Because not only is he a great teacher in his truth, he's a wonderful musician, songwriter as well. Tell them how they can find you and how they could get linked into you and your whole everything.
Nah, definitely. If you guys want to follow me, first of all, we follow in Christ, but if you want to link in with me, I should say, right? Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at born_of_Levi. So that's Born of Levi on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube here on the G.O.C.C media page on YouTube, streaming on Thursdays. And you could also find me in my own personal YouTube channel, the Born of Levi Experience on YouTube. So that's how you can connect with me. My emails, all my information is there. So yeah, lock in with me, tune in with me, and let's build, let's work.
Let's build, let's get this kingdom, y'all. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right, man. I love y'all, man.
Love you too, bro. Yep. Enjoy the Shabbat. She'll close out the feast. And I'm gonna make sure we playing this album, we playing this song as soon as we touch down in the service on Saturday.
All praises. Thank you. I hopefully, man, I can come up there and congregate with y'all and hang out with y'all sometime.
We gotta set that up, man. We gotta set that up. Listen,
that's like what 3 hours, maybe. Hold on. New York, it's like 4 hours.
Like 4 or 5 hours between here and Virginia.
Yeah.
We could definitely make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Man. Yep. I'm gonna tap in.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, my brother. Right. So bless you, man. We'll talk once again, brothers and sisters. Stevie Diamond.
Rawchaa, y'all.
All right. My brother. Oh man, what a great call, man. What a great interview, man. And definitely wanted to bring him on to show that, these things are real and these things are really happening, right? People are being coerced or, to make these deals and don't really know what they're getting themselves into. And to close it out, I'm going to read this one scripture. It's getting late. I was going to try to open up the lines for a minute on Zoom, but it's getting late and I don't want to run past the time because I have to be up really early in the morning. Hopefully one day the Most High changes all that. So I'll be up on this joint with y'all to the wee hours of the morning for those of y'all who can hang, right? But I want to read this scripture before we get out of here, just to sum up what we talking about, right? Because like I said, man, it's not a game what's happening out there. It's definitely not a game. And we can't be ignorant to the fact that these things are actually happening. And if we could pull as much of our brothers and sisters from that realm into the light of Christ, by using our platforms, by using our voice, by using our testimonies, this is what we have to do, because it's a dark, twisted world on that other side. You understand what I'm saying? What they gonna show you? They're gonna show you the glamour, the glitter, the gold, all this stuff. You can make money. You could be known. Everybody's you're famous. That's the surface. But think about what they had to do to get to that position. Not just what they had to do, what they had to give up, who they had to give up, what they had to compromise. So I'm going to read this in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, and it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. So we understand that people will be walking after their own lusts. God, who's God? Matter of fact, give me that deal. I want that deal. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? And you could tell people get weary. People are getting weary, waiting for the promise coming from the Most High. It says, saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, showing that the Most High created all things that we see. Whereby the word that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. The world, right? The old world. We understand that during the time of Noah, the Most High sent the flood to destroy the non-believers of that time, who thought that the world would continue as it is. Noah, you building an ark? You building? There ain't no water. Rain. What's rain? And they continue with their wickedness. And the Most High let them continue into their wickedness. Had Noah preached a word for 100 years before he sent the flood. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, so we tell you now, this earth and this heaven that we are living under right now, after the flood, by the same word are kept in store. So the Most High is keeping the earth preserved for what? Reserved unto fire. So the Most High is just telling us that the Most High destroyed the old world with water. He ain't going to do that again. That's why he put the rainbow in the sky. It says right now he's holding back everything to destroy it with fire. Right? Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So this is what the ungodly would have to endure or have to face. You thought it was about these contracts. You thought it was about selling your soul because you don't know what's after this. So, hey, what good is my soul? Yeah, give me this contract. Give me the money. Who do you need? Heck, I'll give up my mother. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. And this goes out to those who on the fence listening right now. Be not ignorant. This is what the Most High is saying. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So to us, it may feel like an eternity, but to the Most High, everything has just happened yesterday. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise. So the promise that he gave to our father Abraham, that he promised would give to us, he's not withholding that. He's not taking his time. He's not wasting time. And I believe this is the reason why a lot of our brothers and sisters go into that realm, because they want the riches now. They want the riches, the fame. They want it now. They don't want to wait for the promise to come. And the scripture says the Lord's not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but it's long suffering to uswards. So the Most High is allowing these things to happen because he's long suffering with us for us to get it right. Because imagine if he came right now, how many of us would actually make it? Right? It says, but is long suffering to uswards, not willing that any should perish. You see that? The Most High is not willing that any should perish. That's why he's long suffering. That's why he can't just give you what you're asking. He can't just give you the promises right now. You got to wait. I got to build you up. I got to make sure you're ready to be received. And this is what a lot of our brothers and sisters can't wait for. They want it now. He says, but is long suffering to uswards, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So what was it worth? You sold your soul in exchange for riches. Y'all heard what Kanye West said. He said, I sold my soul to the devil. Yeah, it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. And we just read the scripture just saying that the fervent heat, everything that's in the earth is gonna be burnt up in that day. So what was it really worth? Was the exchange worth it? Did you get a real return on your investment? I beg to differ. Seeing then all these things shall be dissolved. What was the point of you signing those contracts? What was the point of you giving up loved ones? What was the point of you demeaning yourself? What was the point of you becoming someone who you're not, who you wasn't raised to be? What was the point? What was the point of being mocked and being put out there as an example for the next generation to destroy them? What was it worth? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation, godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the Lord, of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his power, to his promise, look for new heavens. So we not looking for this world. We don't care about what y'all got to offer. Your deals, your contracts, it means nothing because what we're promised is greater than anything, that any deal that I could sign. And that's what we have to understand. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Last scripture. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. And that's the goal. We want to be able to be found by him when he's coming to give his promise, without spot and without blemish. It's okay. Let them of the world, let them chase it. Let them have the fame. Let them have the fortune. Let them have countless amount of cars and diamonds that's worth nothing when Christ returns. Let them have it. What is it for you? You continue on the path of the Most High. And if you're not on the path of the Most High, and you're looking for a way out, and you're looking for answers, try God. Try the Most High. And I'm telling you, it would be the greatest decision you've ever made in your life. Because on the other side, it's nothing but heartache, pain, regrets, suffering, and all of that stuff. Once you go into these contracts, you go into that realm, you're gonna live the rest of your life in regret. Don't think for one second you getting all of those prized possessions, the money, the cars, the girls, the guys. Don't think that's gonna make you happy, because a lot of these people, they have that stuff and they're still not happy. So think about it, brothers and sisters. Understand who you're following. And like I said in the beginning, there's two forces. It's only two. There's no in-between forces. It's only good and there's only evil. And from the looks of it, evil is on that other side of those contracts. So you decide what you want. Like I said, it's only two forces. It's good and evil. So, brothers and sisters, I really appreciate you guys for coming out. And, you know, like I said, every week, thank you guys for coming out. But like all good things, this good show must also come to an end.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
And, you know, just to end the show, what I would do is I'm going to play that song by Stevie Diamond again, This Place. It's such a beautiful song. And that's the show, brothers and sisters. You know, continue to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit that bell for notifications. And, you know, enjoy the feast this coming weekend. We closing out the Feast of Dedications. You know, enjoy the feast. Have a good time in the Most High. Until I see you guys again next week. So here it goes. Without any further ado, Stevie Diamonds with This Place. Shalom, y'all.
We just want to give you thanks right now for all that you've done. As we open our minds and our hearts and give you praise. You sent your son. Here in this place, we marvel at you. He was persecuted. We humble ourselves in your grace. We just want to give you love. Here in this place, bearing your fruit. As we seek your face. Here in this place, we won't forget what you did on that cross. Right now, we're just gonna open our hearts and our minds. Here in this place, we give you praise. All praise to our higher by Rawchaa and GOCC, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Here in this place, we marvel at your glory. We humble ourselves in your grace. Here in this place, your face, here in this place, we give you praise. Here in this place, we give you praise. Place. He hung on that tree, he bled, he died, he rose. It was about works that any man could ever boast. I pray that your heart's convicted, cause some will abort the mission. We will endure, we will enjoy as we walk in His truth, in His likeness. We will walk in His love, in His righteousness, bearing His fruit to the end of days. Reflect all His ways here in this place. We marvel at your glory. We humble ourselves in your grace. Here in this place, as we seek your face.